Good morning, students. Welcome back, and today we will start with the last part of chapter 19 in this human life of India. Okay, and today we will start with the Eastern India part. Now, Eastern India have got so many small states on the eastern side. Isn't it? छोटे छोटे जो हमारे states हैं are a part of Indian eastern side. Okay, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Sikkim and Meghalaya. Okay, all these here you can see all the small states are a part of Eastern India. Now first we will move to the food pattern of East India. Now the people of East are again we can say fond of rice. So rice is their staple meal. Fish is also very popular over there, and steaming and deep frying also is the main method of preparing their food. Now first we will move to the West Bengal. This Bengali people consume rice served with fish and lentils as their staple diet, and sweets also. These people, the Bengali people, are fond of sweets. Okay, then this pitha, that is the main we can say form of food being eaten over there. Then panta bhat is the traditional dish consumed in the rural areas. Okay, then Bihari cuisine is predominantly vegetarian. Okay, vegetarian food खाते हैं. Then these Bihari people eat boiled rice and dal with cooked vegetables, chutney, achar for lunch, and roti with cooked vegetables for dinner. Then they use mustard oil and the panchphoram of chokna, isn't it? There is a lot of bhunjana in Bihari food. Then the main this lunch or dinner includes rice, roti, achar, chutney, dal and milk products. Here some of the Bihari food is khichdi, sattu, ghungi and litti. Jharkhand, these people are equally vegetarian as well as non-vegetarian, means they eat both type of food. Dal bhat and tarkari are the main integral part of this Jharkhand people. Then non-vegetarian Jharkhand food eat spicy chicken. Then they also all preparation except the pickles and festive ones are low on oil and spices. Come oil use करते हैं. Some of the famous dishes of Jharkhand are til barfi, meetha khaza, then ठेकुआ and sabji jingni. Orissa people, rice and vegetable is the staple food of the people of Orissa, and then the large number of population are vegetarian over there. Then they eat fish and other seafood like prawns, crab and lobsters. Then the food are cooked with very little oil. Then in vegetables, panch putna, and in non-vegetarian, garam masala and haldi is widely used. Their main food includes khichdi, then dalma, chungri malai, malpua and pithas. Assam, the people are fond of the main things are rice, fish, meat of birds. Okay, mustard oil is used for cooking. Then a traditional meal in Assam begins with a khar and ends with tenga. All these are the varieties of food being used in different parts of India. Then traditional food is usually served in kahor thal or in banana leaf. Then chewing of pan and supari is very common over there. Rice, poita, komal saul. Okay, all these are the main items of rice over there. Then during special occasion like Bihu, a special rice preparation, okay, that is being used. Pitha, different type of pithas, til pitha, gila pitha, hutuli pitha and sunga pithas are being made. Then rice based breakfast cereals like khoi, muri, komal and saul. These are the main food items being used or being eaten over there. Manipur, the main food of Manipur is rice, fish and vegetables. Then most of the people are non-vegetarian over there. Okay, Manipur is loved the naga ayaba. One of the most popular dry fish is the nigri. Okay, so they use different varieties of fish in their meal. Then these dishes are typically spicy. Okay, and they use chili in that. most of the food use very little or no oil at all. Then some of the popular dishes of Manipur are Erumba, then Chamtong, then Singju and Morak Mitpa. Mizoram. Now the people or the Mizo cuisine is a blend of Chinese and North Indian. The staple food is primarily rice served with fish. Okay, so fish and rice is the main food over there in Mizoram. All the dishes are non-vegetarian mostly. Then they serve it in a banana leaf, then less spicy and plain in taste and without oil. You can see here the different varieties of dishes by then Schweitzer, and the popular drink is Zoo. Sikkim. Okay, rice is again the chief food of the people over there in Sikkim, and this is served with a range of traditional fermented foods. Then vegetarian dal, fresh vegetables, bamboo shoots, wildflowers and mushrooms. Non-vegetarian food includes beef, pork and fish. Alcoholic drink, Sheng is very common over there. You can see the photographs of Momo, Thukpa and Churapi. We come to the dresses of different states over there. You can see the dresses of Orissa. Orissa is a state of rich cultural heritage. Then this Orissa's handloom is very famous, sarees which can easily pass as a great piece of art. Then this Orissa sarees have an association with Lord Jagannath, the presiding deity of the Jagannath temple in Puri. Then Orissa sarees have extensive usage of black colors, white, red and yellow colors in their sarees. Then which are the colors found in the Jagannath's idol. Then the working people of the Orissa put on the shoulder a small piece of cloth called gamcha, which is used for wiping one's body or tying it around the head or turban whenever necessary. So this gamcha, for the dual purpose, they put it on their shoulders, or that is used for wiping out, or then it is used as a turban also. Then lungi is becoming popular with the younger people, but it is used only as an informal dress. Okay, on the special occasions they wear lungi. Dresses of West Bengal. Then in West Bengal, it is the mirror the state's of multi-ethnic way of life. From the use of traditional fabrics, designs and motifs to the assimilation of Western attires and styles with the Bengalis, culture domain, the apparels of West Bengal display fine works of creativity and sophistication. Okay, you can see in sarees the fine work being done. For the men in West Bengal, the traditional garment is dhoti and the shirt over there. Then the graceful icon of elegance that symbolizes the quintessential Bengali woman is the sari. So mostly women wear saris and the men wear lungi and shirt. Then the dresses of Bihar. Then the clothes for the people of different religion are a bit divergent. Okay, living in different areas, different religion people in Bihar have got different way of dressing. The male citizen of Bihar, irrespective of Hindu or Muslim, that favor tradition when it comes to dresses. If a Hindu elderly person prefers dhoti, a Muslim person might dress himself in a lungi. Okay, so elderly persons, they are saying some wear the dhotis and some wear lungis or pajamas, that is loose trousers. Okay, as an upper garment, men usually go for kurta. Okay, on the top they have the kurtas, and then either they wear a lungi or a pajama, anything, and the shirts also. The costume for women folk of Bihar is chosen carefully in keeping with traditions. As per tradition, married women smear the hair parting zone with a powder of sindoor or vermilion. Okay, so sari is the main costume for the women, and you will always see a big sindoor in their forehead. Dresses of Jharkhand. The state of Jharkhand, which got its political dimensions as a state only in November 2000, has been previously the southern portion of Bihar. Okay, this state during the popular sobriquet Varanchal, meaning land of woods, happened to be the habitat of ages old tribal population. Okay, so in Jharkhand we see a lot of tribal people. and it is considered as the land of woods. Then men maintain the decency with only one piece of cloth called bhagwan, isn't it? That is the traditional dress, we can say, of the people of Jharkhand. And they have got the love for perfumes and the aromas, and the women mostly are draped in saris. Then the dresses of Tripura. Okay, Tripura, the frontier hilly state in the northeast, is the land of skilled weavers, gifted with proper know-how. So these are considered as the weavers. Skilled weavers are there. The women of local tribes such as the Kaklu, the Hallam, the Lusai and the Kukichin tribe excel in the art of weaving. So these are the tribal people, the Kaklu, the Hallam and the Lusai. Okay, these are the best weavers in the eastern side, we can say. The infants are normally kept undressed, although in winter and monsoon season garments suitably shield them. Children cover themselves in loin garment. Okay, they have got a one-piece garment in which they drape their small children. Nowadays, the younger generation of girls prioritize blouses over risa as being more management friendly. So nowadays, the young generation have got blouses. However, still among few clans, the wearing of risa during wedding is mandatory. Women folk also are found to use some kind of headdresses while at work outside. Okay, so they cover their heads with we can say cloth, isn't it? Okay, now the dresses of Mizoram. Now the beautiful and the serene Mizoram, situated in the northeastern corner of India, is the home of Mongolite relatives living for years in the equality championed hills societies. Now the hot favorite costume of Mizoram women is puan. Okay, see the way of dressing. The vibrant color and the outstanding designs are the reasons behind this marvelous costume. And the men, they are, we can say, very simple in their costume. When it comes to deciding their traditional costume, they drape themselves in almost 7 feet long and 5 feet wide cloth piece. You can see here in the photograph, they have draped themselves in a big cloth piece. It reaches the left shoulder and the back and then passes under the right arm to cover the chest, with the remaining end concealing the left shoulder. Dresses of Nagaland. Dresses of Nagaland mainly comprise shawls, which are extensively used item of the state. For instance, the ornate warrior celebrating shawl called Sukupsu is a characteristic of the Aus clan. Now mostly they drape themselves in the dark colors, okay, with the particular shawl. Okay, there is a central white band with 2 horizontal black and red white bands brightening the outlook. Here in the picture you can see the black and the red bands along their shoulders. Men wear black kilt decorated with embroidery cowries in their 3 or 4 lines. The cowries are bestowed with distinct importance. Women in general are clad in plain blue cloth and white cloth with black marginal bands of changing breadth. Mostly you will see these people of Nagaland in red and black. Dresses of Manipur. The dresses of Manipur carry their own unique characteristics. A traditional Manipuri costume for women includes a shawl called inafi, a fanek, and a wrap around skirt called sarong. You can see the skirt over here, the round skirt. A Manipuri man wears a dhoti, a jacket, and a white pagri or a turban. Then the dresses of Meghalaya. The traditional costume for women is called Jainsin. It is an unstitched garment wrapped around to cover the body. Okay, so we can say that it is a big full piece of cloth covering their body. It is woven from mulberry silk cultivated in the local region. So the cloth is made from silk, we can say the mulberry silk. The crowning glory of the costume of Meghalaya is in the Endi silk shawl. Okay, they wear these shawls, and this Again, it's another form of silk, Endi silk. Then the dresses of Assam. Mugga or the golden silk fiber of Assam constitutes the lion's share for the costume of Assam. These people also have the silk costumes, okay, and they use the Mugga silk over there. Then the characteristics of the durable Mugga silk is that it lasts for years and adds radiance to itself. Okay, Mugga silk is very durable silk, okay, lasting for very long number of years. Dresses of Arunachal Pradesh. These people also have got the skirts, and on the top they have the blouses with jackets and turban. The women also have a cloth piece on their forehead, okay, like a turban. Dresses of Sikkim. The traditional costume of Lepcha male is Thokrodam, which involves the white pajama, okay, you can see over here the white pajama stretching only to the calves. Then Yathaste, a Lepcha shirt, and a Shambhu, the cap, a particular type of shirt named as Lepcha and a cap. Now we move to the languages, festivals and the holy days on the eastern side. Languages, mostly Hindi is spoken in Jharkhand, then Bihar, Chhattisgarh, then Mithili, Bhojpuri and Magadhi are the dialects spoken in Bihar. Assami is spoken in Assam, Odia in Odisha and Bengali in Bengal. Then Garo and Khasi languages are spoken in Meghalaya. Then Mizo dialect is used in Mizoram. Then holy festivals, and the holy days. Bihu of Assam and Odisha in Odisha are the famous dance style. The chariot procession of Jagannath Puri is world famous. You can see the picture of this Jagannath Puri, the procession being taken out. Then festivals of Chhath and Bhaiya Dooj in Bihar and Durga Puja in Bengal are celebrated over here there with a great pomp. Thus every state has its own festivals and holy days. Okay, and we will see the number of varieties of festivals being celebrated in India with their own tradition and customs. So in India, festivals of all religions are celebrated without any partiality. You can see here the picture of Durga Puja, okay, celebrated in autumn mainly in Bengal. The Divine Mother is represented as trampling underfoot the demon Mahisasur. Okay, she had killed the demon. Okay, Rakshas ko maar dala tha, and the name of that demon was Mahisasur. Okay, her image everywhere is surrounded by the images of her children Ganesha, Kartika, Saraswati. Then Bihu, it is being celebrated in Assam. Okay, so now all this topic on the eastern side is being given on page number 146. Here in videos I have given everything in detail, but you study according to your textbook, as all these details you don't have to write down in your exam point of view, but for your references I have given all such details. Okay, on page number 146 you go through the paragraph. If not understood, you can ask me. Thank you beta, have a nice day.